What's up, everybody? It's your boy DJ Strike It Up doing a life blog today. Trying to avoid all these potholes because, man, Chicago streets are horrible. Listen, if you got low profile tires on your ride, you got some nice rims, you need to be careful if you're driving through Chicago because our streets are horrible. Getting ready to jump on the expressway, picked up some food for the family, and heading back home, picked up some supplies that we need as well with this lockdown that's going on right now. Hopefully you guys are staying safe, practicing good hygiene, washing your hands. So the life blog that I want to do today is just kind of going over one of my previous videos. I had done a video a week ago kind of calling people together and saying, how come nobody is shaming any of these companies that are non-essential but that are still open and calling their employees to come to work? Companies that, like, they sell clothes or you're not essential, but yet they're making people come in. And one of the companies that I called out was Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby was open, okay? And they were still telling their employees to come to work, which is crazy to me. And what I said on my video was, how come people aren't like public shaming these companies? The companies do not want to have any bad publicity right now. This is the worst time to have bad publicity. But nobody publicly shamed these people. There was no call out, there was nothing. But what I find funny is that people will publicly shame celebrities. They will publicly shame public officials. They'll jump all over Twitter and Facebook. Oh, we need to boycott Netflix and all this. But how come nobody is saying boycott Hobby Lobby or boycott some of these other stores that are not essential stores? Okay? If you're not a grocery store or a store that's selling essential supplies to survive right now, you shouldn't be open. So it was funny that I woke up today, was checking my my email, my Facebook, and I find that somebody had shared this with me. Hobby Lobby finally decides to shut down their stores, but now they fired their employees through an email. Now, what does that tell you? Is this a company that truly values their employees? Something to think about. And of course, hashtag boycott Hobby Lobby. Now all of a sudden, because they fired their employees, now it's okay, now we're gonna boycott. You guys should have been boycotting these people from the beginning, right? So that's one. The second thing I want to talk about is something that I find super comical, all right? Many years ago, and I'm talking about 10, God knows, probably longer than that, ever since I started taking public transportation, I've been the type of person that I don't like people around me. I don't like crowds, I don't like to be that person that's in the middle of a crowd. That's just not me, which is funny, right? Because I'm a DJ and DJs love crowds. But I would always try to find ways to not get in a crowd. I always try to, be away from a crowd. So that means, I'm lucky at my job. I get to, kind of make my schedule. If I want to come in early or earlier than normal, it's great. And so I love taking advantage of that. So I would take the train at 6:30, 7, and I get on the platform and there's nobody on the train platform. Nobody. So tell me why the next person that comes on the platform has to stand 3 feet away from me, 2 feet away from me. And I always used to complain about this. I would always just get mad. And people that I would share this with would look at me funny, like, what's wrong with you? Okay, I remember sharing these stories with my wife when we were dating. And I would tell her, oh, I can't stand that. And she would look at me and say, why do you get mad at things like that? Why? Well, now look at where we're at. Look at the scenario that we're in. Do you want somebody closer than 6 feet away from you? No. I don't want nobody breathing near me. I don't want nobody getting me sick. I don't want nobody touching me. I don't want to touch the same surfaces that somebody else is touching. Isn't it funny? 10, 15, 20 years ago, when I started my career working downtown, when I used to have to take the train to go to the office, whether it's the CTA or the Metro, I always tried to find ways to stay away from people, and yet it's funny, and I'm sure some of you guys have experienced the same thing. You know, you go and you're alone, you're in your own little area, and then the next person that comes to that same spot has to come and stand next to you. And the funny thing is I look at these people, and then I look down at the rest of the platform, kind of like trying to give them a hint, like saying, you got all this space, but you decided you got to stand right next to me? Why? And I've actually gotten into some arguments with people. Some people have told me, you don't own this. It's not a matter of I don't own the platform. I just don't want you near me. So once this is over, this whole coronavirus thing, I hope that people still practice social distancing. You have to do that. The world is such a crowded place. You gotta find ways to give yourself space. And I'm even raising my kids like that. I'm constantly telling my kids, you have to stay an arm's length away from people. Because, little kids, they don't know the difference. They don't understand that people don't like you standing right next to them. And I'm keeping that social distance. I'm trying to teach my kids the same thing. You can't do that. So hopefully people won't look at me all crazy anymore. I'm not crazy. I'm not stupid. I'm not weird. Okay? Ever since you started hearing all about these crazy viruses like the SARS virus and all that, dude, you got to practice social distancing. And once this is all over, once they find a cure for this virus, there's going to be another virus. There's going to be another, deadly disease out there that we have to be careful. You got to practice social distance. You just got to. And hopefully this is a wake-up call for the rest of you guys. Practice social distancing. Stay safe. Stay healthy. All right? Here's my exit. Hopefully you guys are staying safe. I'll catch you guys next time.